Alright, just when you thought it was safe to put all your money down on the pedal, in comes another competitor. This is the rock pedal review. And I got some stuff to tell you. Now, I've gotten emails all week about pedals, and we thought this was the end of the pedal, and I thought that the pedal war was over. Done. I thought the Omega pedal and the Destroyer pedal was it. I didn't think there could be any pedal on the market that would be better than either one of those, with the Omega being my first choice. We gotta talk. The rock pedal. Now, I showed you in the beginning that this thing has a couple more adjustments. See if I can remember on top of my head. You have the spring adjustment. You still have the beater adjustment. You have the pedal adjustment. You have the carpet screws adjustments that screws into carpet. You have the Velcro, and you have the sensor adjustment that makes the pedal closer or further away from the sensor. And on top of that, you still have the option to use the beater or not to use the beater. So let's get into, first of all, just the overall pedal. I like the fact that the pedal comes with a key holder. If you're like me, I have this tendency to put my drum keys on the table when I'm playing or tightening something up, and then my wife and my kids get a hold of them and I never find them again. With this one, you have a key holder that the key goes in the slot. Okay, so it's gonna be there. Second, I like the fact that every part of this has a drum key slot that you can tighten up. So if you're gonna do your tension control, you tighten that key on that nut and it ain't gonna go anywhere. So everything has a key slot that you have to use that drum key to tighten or untighten. Before I continue, I have not forgotten, at the end of this video, at the end of this review, I'm going to tell you the special deal that has been made to me to offer to you for rock pedal. Okay, but that comes at the end of the video. So stay tuned to the end of the video if you want to know what the special deal is. Okay, continuing back on, I just want to get in there before I forgot. So I did a couple of videos. I did a video with no beater. I did a video with a beater. Let me tell you something, folks. This pedal is smooth, smooth, smooth. It has a double chain on it. Now, let me get into that just a little bit because I know there's been talk about double chain, single chain. The Omega pedal and the Destroyer pedal are both single chains. This one is a double chain. I like the double chain because the double chain has less lag. It's a little bit of a smoother pedal, and in my opinion, it's quicker. Your single chain drives sometimes have a lag in between them. Sometimes they clack more because of the chain and the slack in the chain. They're usually not as quick or as fluent. Now, the Destroyer and the Omega, from my point, was fluent and quick, but not as quick and fluid as this one because of the fact that it does have that double chain. Okay. I'm not posting at this point, but I played Welcome Home. My son will tell you that I've had problems even with the Omega pedal getting through the triple drum beats on this song. Not with this pedal. Once I get it adjusted and everything, I am going to post a video of Welcome Home up there, but I have to adjust the pedal. That's the other thing. If you're going to use the beater, because with the beater is my option. Okay, if you guys ever watched I Buy Pretty Hard's videos, my setup now looks kind of like the setup that he has, because he has a pad and he has his pedal and it has a beater on it. I prefer to use it this way, but the problem was, since everybody asked me to do kind of a little bit of comparison, we're going to do just a little bit. The problem with the Destroyer pedal is, if you put the beater on it, it messed up the sensors and you had to spend hours to get it back where it was if it got there. The problem with the Omega pedal is, it could be constructed to use the beater, but you had to go through with Allen wrenches and flip that piece over, and then you still may have to do some adjustments. With the rock pedal, the only adjustment you gotta make is already there for you, and that is that sensor adjustment that I showed you on the first video that's up underneath where the chain goes. That's it. So when you put the beater on and put it up to a practice pad, it's not going to trigger. When you lower that pedal down just a little bit, it's going to trigger. That's it. Don't got to mess with it. Don't got to tear anything apart. Don't got to do anything to it. Okay? So much stuff to talk about. I'm kind of rambling because I'm trying to think of what perception to put all this in for you. I feel like I'm in the WrestleMania pedals. Okay? Let's talk about this sensor. I think this is one of the most important parts because in the other reviews that I've done on the other two pedals, sensor issues has come up. Let me remind you what they were. The first issue with the Omega pedal was that there's a lot of people out there that was and that are still skeptical of the mechanical switch. No matter what I tell certain people, they just feel that this switch is going to die on me or anybody who has it in a moment of time. Okay? The Destroyer pedal used the reed and magnet technique by using a closed circuit sensor that goes on the alarm. But I've gotten emails and read on the boards that people like me with size 13 feet has actually knocked these sensors off, that they need to be adjusted sometimes. Even on the Destroyer pedal video or Destroyer pedal website, they instruct you on how you need to go in and adjust the height of the pedal if it doesn't trigger right. Okay? The Rock pedal uses a proximity sensor. Now, I'm going to give you my best take on a proximity sensor, just to give you a little knowledge of what it is. When I was a young guy, about 18, 19, and 20, the coolest thing on the market that came out for your car was a Viper alarm. The Viper alarm was cool because it talked, so it always impressed the girls when you hit a button and it says Viper arm, okay? But they made it one step cooler by putting what they call a proximity sensor upgrade. Now what this did is it allowed your car to warn people that they are too close to your car, and if they don't step away, their alarm is going to sound in so many seconds. The way mine was set up is if you walked into the proximity sensor line, because all the proximity did was threw out an invincible fence line around my car. If the alarm sensed that that proximity sensor line was broken, it would give them a message that kind of came out something like, please step away from the car, you are too close to the car, please step away from the car. If no one moves from the car, then it comes up and it says, the alarm will sound in 5 seconds, and then it counted down, and then if you still didn't walk outside of that proximity sensor defense area, the alarm goes off. This is the same thing. Proximity sensors have no moving parts. They trigger by movement. So if you have a line that is set and you move within that line, that proximity sensor is going to trigger. In Rock Pedal's case, they have set the proximity sensor the way that it is set up so that when the bottom of that pedal hits down, the proximity sensor line is snapped and it registers a hit. So virtually, this is what the owner said directly to you. Jordan has told me that he has a sensor that is virtually, you can't break it. You can't break it. With the mechanical switch, it can be broke. Steradian technology says that it takes, I think, somewhere over 3,400 pounds of pressure to break it, but it can be broke. The Destroyer pedal, the alarm sensor, can be broke. People's already saying that their feet smacking it and it's falling off, they had to adjust it. Jordan is telling you it can't be broke, okay? He puts his money where his mouth is because he is the only pedal company that has offered you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Unconditional. That means you get this pedal, and on the 27th day, if you say this ain't right, I just can't stand this pedal, you email Jordan, and Jordan's going to give you your money back, less shipping and handling, in 30 days. Who else is going to make that deal for you? Okay? Once again, I'm speechless. I was speechless when the Destroyer came out. I think I'm a little bit more speechless here because of the fact that this pedal is great. It's definitely a contender, and I'm going to say it on video right here, right now. The Destroyer pedal should be worried because if this company can keep up with the numbers and what their prices are, even if it's a slightly bit more than what the Destroyer pedal is, this pedal could run Destroyer pedal out of business. I'm just going to tell you like I call it, like I see it, folks. I'm going to call it like I see it. If anybody gets mad at me, I'm telling you where it is. Mark needs to step up to the game. We need to get pedals into his shop so that he can compete. Right now, Jordan has emailed me all the pedals he's going to get. Okay? He's told me how many he has. I believe he said he had like 50 or 100 in stock right now. He's getting a couple of hundred more sent in that he's got confirmation on. He's got 200 or 300 more coming in with no confirmation number. What is that telling you? That's telling you that he has the pedals already coming in from the same supplier that's going to be able to handle it. That was my number one question to him. because it's been your number one question, which is, what is the stock? Now, I am going to say this. If you guys flood him, you can't get mad at him because of the fact that he runs out of stock. Even Steradian Technology that is stocked and their main supplier is Pearl, they went on a 2-week hiatus. Okay, but for the Destroyer, it has been longer than a 2-week hiatus, and now people's looking for a new solution. Let's talk footboard. The footboard on this thing is a little bit wider than the Omega pedal. I did not get a chance to measure it, but just from visual looks, the footboard, and from me putting my foot on both, the footboard is about this much more wider than what the Omega pedal is. And it's a little bit more wider than the Destroyer because the Destroyer pedal of all three pedals has the most narrow footboard. Okay? So if you're like me, big feet, here we go, size 13s, and you're worried about your foot coming resting on here, the Omega pedal has a better footboard than the Destroyer, but on this rock pedal, it has the biggest footboard of all three. Let's talk about movement, okay? People's talked about the Destroyer pedal moves on them, okay? The Rock Band or the Omega pedal doesn't move because it's clipped on to the stand, and it also has a base. This is another thing that kind of takes the Destroyer out of the loop with the rock pedal. Because of the fact that it doesn't have a base, and this one does have a base with Velcro on it, and also with carpet screws. So not only can you nail this thing down into your carpet, but the Velcro is also going to keep it in place. If you decide not to use the carpet screws, which I didn't use the carpet screws in these videos you see on purpose, to show you that this thing will still grip to your carpet. It didn't move until I moved it. Okay? Now, let's talk about the couple of cons that I've seen in the rock pedal. The one con of it is that when you have that clip on there that is supposed to go into the bass drum pad, it is going to clack. Now, Jordan and I have already had this discussion. I want to share with you guys how the discussion went because he did ask me, since I do have direct contact with the rock band community, what the rock band community usually is looking for. Does it matter if there is a clip or no clip? And here's what I told him. I said, in my knowledge, it would be better for him to offer it either with a clip or with an option, because there is a number of people out there who will want to put this thing to a practice pad with a beater. I said most likely your drummers is going to want to do this, and then there's going to be other people out there who don't care. So he decided to put the clip on all of them, and then he will instruct you guys on how to pull the clip off if you need to pull it off. Okay? But if you're not going to use the beater function at all, then you might want to have that off because it will clack up against that and you will hear it. In the second test that I did, I think I showed you guys that you could you could audibly hear the clack. Now, when you put this thing on a practice pad, you don't want to over tighten it, but if you tighten it down just right to where you can feel that little teeth thing grip onto the practice pad, you will not hit that metal piece anymore. It will be quiet because you won't be hitting it. If you do choose to keep hitting that, cosmetically, it's probably going to end up rubbing the paint off a little bit, but that's going to be it. So if you are going to use a practice pad with it, if you tighten it down just right to where you can feel it grip onto the practice pad, you're not going to be hitting that at all. Okay? You have two sides of the beater again. You have the felt side and you have the hard side. Either one of these sides usually are used with a real bass drum. The felt side is usually used all by itself, where the hard side, if you look at anybody's professional kit who uses a hard side on a real drum, they usually have a little disc that goes there to where they're smacking that first so that they don't break the drum head. Okay, you do have that option to use either side with the practice pad. The adjustment that it does not have, but I don't feel that it needs, is it does not have a footboard adjustment to where you can add what the Pearl calls it, a power shift, to where you can power shift it up and back. Now you need to understand that even though there's other pedals out there that does offer you kind of a movement forward or back somewhat of the footboard, power shift is a trademark of Pearl. So nobody else really should be able to do it power shift mode the way Pearl does. My DW pedal, Drum Workshop, also has where you can shift it back and forth, but they don't call it power shift, and it's done differently. Okay, I can actually, instead of their shifting, it's called I can stack it. So there's some plates that I can get that I can unscrew the heel and I can put that up that elevates it and therefore shift up the pedals a little bit. So everybody has to do it differently. Technically, really, you don't need it because it's as comfortable as it is. Okay, is it playable out of the box? It's playable flat out the box, just like he said. Okay, here's my opinion. Great pedal. Okay, I was asked, and after I reviewed the pedal, to give a little bit three-way comparison. Here's what I'm going to tell you. Your two top contenders right now in this world of pedals is going to be Rock Pedal and it's going to be the Omega Pedal. Mark is kind of out of the loop because he can't supply. Right now, all the pedals that is out there, his website still says that he is down to a 4 to 6 week wait. And on top of that, no matter what anybody says, the type of pedal being used is going to play a function. It isn't going to matter if it's a Pearl, a Tama, or Yamaha. I don't really think it matters to you guys if it's a top of the line pedal. But it matters if it moves. It matters if it anchors. To some people, it matters if it has a few adjustments. Okay? With the Omega pedal, you had to make adjustments out the box to some degree. With the Rock pedal, if you don't want to touch the adjustments, you don't got to make it. The only thing you might want to find out if you want to take it off is, how do I remove the clamp? That's it. Just plug it in and go. That's all I did when I did my one video without the beater. I just plugged it in and I just went. Okay? So it works out the box. Now, let's talk pricing against all three of these pedals. And then I'm going to tell you guys what the deal is that is going to be offered to you if you decide to go and purchase this Rock pedal. Alright, now I did a couple of comparisons. The Rock pedal costs $69.95. Ryan has, I keep on calling her, Jordan has a flat shipping rate of $12. So at $6.95 plus $12, the pedal will cost you $81.95. The Omega pedal is $74.95 and the shipping goes by your zip code. So in my case, I live in California, so Steradian charges me $17.22 to send me the Omega pedal, which makes that pedal overall $92.17. The Destroyer pedal goes for $64.95, and Mark now has a flat rate shipping of $8.99, which means you would pay $73.98 for his pedal. Internationally, the Destroyer pedal is $64.99 and he charges a flat shipping rate internationally, which also includes Alaska and Hawaii, of $29.99. That makes it $94.98. Now I'm just going by the regular standard shipping cost. Okay, this is if you take the 6 to 10 day wait if you're gonna go Canada or abroad. The Rock pedal is $69.95. And his rate for international shipping, the standard rate, is $25, which then makes his pedal $94.95 to go overseas, which makes him a whole 3 cents cheaper than the Destroyer pedal. I know it's only 3 cents. Where I come from, 3 cents is 3 cents. Now, before I go into this deal, I want to remind you this again. This pedal is phenomenal. This pedal single-handedly has taken over my #1 spot. As you guys know, my #1 spot for all this time has been the Omega pedal. Now my #1 spot goes to the Rock pedal. My #2, the Omega pedal. And I know this makes it no easier for anybody. It don't make it easier for me, and I own all three pedals. I wish all three of these guys could have came out at the same time, but they didn't, so we're working what we got. One other thing I want to talk about is a lot of things came up with the Omega Destroyer, and now probably with this one with the touch. Feather versus heavy, same thing. If you adjust the Rock pedal with this, you can adjust the tension of the spring, you can move the footboard up and down, do whatever you need to do to create the right touch for you. Whether you want it all feathery, whether you want it in between, whether you want it to be hard. Now, if you remember back in the other reviews, I told you that I would rather prefer to use the Omega pedal on certain songs and the Destroyer on the other. Not with the rock pedal. I will use the rock pedal for every song that I do. Okay? Will I still use the Omega pedal? Yeah. But I'm in love with the rock pedal. Will I use it as much? I can't tell you that. But just with the beater, my preference is to use the rock pedal with the beater. Overall, it's fluid enough and it feels good enough. It is letting me hit quicker strikes. Okay? I'm hitting quicker strikes than I am doing with the Omega pedal. If you guys don't believe me, I think what I'm going to end up doing, probably not today because I'm doing this one and it's going to take me all day to finish this one up, but I think I'm going to put up Welcome Home because that's the one I've had the most problems with, or Reptilia. Okay? And I'm going to do one with the Omega pedal and I'm going to do the other one with the rock pedal and show you guys what I mean. My strikes are quicker. The ease of getting these triple and double beats is quicker. Whole nine. I still have problems on the double triple beats on Tom Sawyer, but that's because it's Tom Sawyer. Okay? So, with that being said, let me tell you the special deal that Jordan has come up with for you guys. It's only going to be a 12-hour special. 12 hours. It's going to begin at midnight tonight, which is Thursday. Okay, this is going up Thursday. So midnight tonight, Thursday, is going to begin for 12 hours. You're going to get $7 off of all shipping for that 12 hours. That is standard shipping US, that is standard shipping international. Okay? If you choose to have your pedal shipped quicker and expedited, then he will just take $7 off of the pedal. You need to understand, if you guys choose to do the one-day option, these do get pricey. Let me just give you the rundown. It will cost $38 USPS to do it express. Okay? And that's guaranteed you a 1 to 2 day pedal delivery. Okay? For Canada and abroad, actually, I'm sorry, just for Canada, because you have to write him to get a special deal if you live UK, Australia, whatever, because there's other paperwork that is involved with doing that. Okay, so his standard calendar rate, which he's taking the $7 off, is $25. If you want it 5 days, it's $35. Go by USPS Express, and if you want that guaranteed 1 to 3 days to Canada, it's going to be $60. So once again, your option is $7 off of the shipping standard to Canada and to the US, UK, Australia, all my friends way overseas. Go ahead and send an email to Mark and he's going to give you some kind of special deal, okay, as well. But he has to do other paperwork for that, so you have to write him for that. Or $7 off the pedal if you choose to have it shipped quicker. Let me give you what the breakdown of that would be. The rock pedal as it is costs $69.95. If you take $7 off of the standard shipping of $12, you're only paying $5 for the shipping. That means that the pedal now will cost you $74.95, which makes that the cheapest pedal across the board, except for the Destroyer, by 97 cents. Because the Destroyer at $8.99 will cost $73.98. With the rock pedal going down the shipping at $5, cost you $74.95, 97 cents. $1. Internationally, pedal still $64.99, but it would drop your shipping from $25 to $18, which would make the pedal for you be $87.95. Internationally, the Destroyer pedal charges $29.99 and will cost you $94.98. I don't know about the Omega pedal, because the Omega pedal doesn't have on their site what their international rates are. You have to end up writing Alex for that. But from what I'm hearing, they're not cheap. I think the last thing I heard, they're around 40-something bucks. So this is your solution. So all right, Pete, once again, 12-hour sale starting midnight on Thursday. Okay, I believe that's the 31st of April. Midnight Thursday. We're going to have a 12-hour sale. $7 off of all shipping to U.S. and Canada. Other internationals, write Jordan, and he'll tell you what he can do. Or if you choose to have it shipped to you quicker, he's just going to take $7 off of the pedal itself. Okay? You need to have a special password to get that. And this is how you're going to get it. You need to send me a PM or send me an email to my Google address, which is CinaChainGang5401@gmail.com. Either one. PM on the forums or an email to Gmail. CinaChainGang5401@gmail.com. When I receive your email, I am then going to give you what that password is. I'm not going to tell you what the password is on here because we're only giving this to the people who loyally watches these reviews, and we want to make sure that you heard everything that I had to say about this pedal. If I was to post this password on the board or in this video, I would have everybody and their grandma telling everybody what the password is and flying over here. Okay, so if you've truly watched this video, it's the only way you're going to know about this special sale and that you need to email me. Okay, once again, 12-hour sale. He's put his money where his mouth is on this. Send me a PM on the boards or at the Rock Band forums or Gmail. CinaChainGang5401@gmail.com. I will email you back with the password. This will already be set up at rockpedal.com. You're just going to click on there and he's going to have a link. Okay, that's going to say something to the effect of probably Cina's 12-hour sale or Cina's review sale, but you'll know because my name's going to be in it. You're going to click on that link, and you're going to enter that password, and you're going to get this deal. If you haven't bought a pedal already, I think this is the deal that you're waiting for right here, because this pedal is going to cost you less money with this deal than the Omega pedal is going to cost you, and it's only 97 cents more than the Destroyer pedal. Okay. If you have bought it and you have extra money to spare, I would say go ahead and get you a rock pedal and try it out. Especially drummers, that you're going to fall in love with it like I have. Okay? So, that's it, people. That's all I got to say. Rock pedal is a good pedal. Rock pedal has now taken over my #1 spot. So the way I rank them now is rock pedal's #1, followed by the Omega pedal, followed by the Destroyer. Okay? So, once again, 12-hour sale. Get me that email, CinaChainGang5401@gmail.com, or PM me on the Rock Band forums. We'll get you that password so you guys can go pick up your rock pedal. I want to thank Jordan and his partner Raymond for allowing me to review this pedal. It's a great pedal, and he's only been at this for, I believe, as he told me, a couple of weeks. Okay, when I finally got a hold of him, when somebody wrote me and said this pedal here, he only been at this a couple of weeks. With the proximity sensor not breaking, with his 30-day unconditional guarantee, with the way the pedal is, you guys can't go wrong. All right, so go ahead and give him a chance. Once again, 12-hour sale starting midnight tonight, midnight Thursday, April 31st tonight. CinaChainGang5401@gmail.com or PM me in the Rock Band forums will get you the password. All right, people. Until next time and next review, this is CinaChainGang54 saying peace, love. Keep rocking out, and we'll catch you the next time.